you all are safe and are, you know, take this opportunity to spend some time with your families and, don't do anything that you don't really need to do. I remember when I was a kid, there was Hurricane David way back in like 1976, I think it was, and it was a pretty bad hurricane. Yonkers was beset with winds and trees falling down, and so hopefully this won't be that bad. But if it is bad, hopefully you all will be safe. And my thoughts and prayers go out to every single one of you. I don't mean to talk about how hot it is out here. I know you guys had an earthquake this week too, and we get them all the time out here. And so, Mother Nature, I guess, is flexing her muscles these days. So, be safe, be smart, and don't try to be a hero. Just spend some time at home with your families. And now, we will talk more about the good. The National League race for MVP is three-pronged as well. Matt Kemp, if he was on a team that was contending, probably would be the runaway winner because of the fact that he's in the top five in the three big Triple Crown categories, and which are batting average, home runs, and RBIs. Excuse me. But unfortunately, the Dodgers are not playing as great or equaling his performance on the field. It's going to be an interesting vote because the other two top contenders are teammates. Prince Fielder and Ryan Braun are doing things that we haven't seen done probably since the Bonilla Bonds teammates back in the 80s and early 90s. Whether it's Braun having hit streaks or having clutch hits to get things started and Fielder sort of cleaning up the mess after the fact, the Brewers are playing better baseball than I think most people projected, especially since this is a contract year for Mr. Fielder. In fact, I've recently seen polls where people are saying they would take him now over Albert Pujols, which is a little bit nuts. But based on this particular season, Pujols is not having a typical batting average year, but he is leading the league in home runs. But I'd still take Albert just because Albert's been doing this for 10 years now, and Fielder will probably do it for 10 years, but until he does, he still has a long way to go to catch Mr. Pujols. Who wins? Well, it's going to be another tough vote just because Matt Kemp might become a 40-40 guy. Like I said, he's got about 29 home runs. He's got over 30 stolen bases already, and all it would take is one good month of 10 to 11 home runs. And he's a 40-40 guy, and there's only 4 or 5 of those in the history of baseball. So it's going to be hard to sort of, punish a guy for having a season for the ages because his team is not very good. But this race is not as impressive as the American League race because, like I said before, you have two teammates probably vying for the award. And at the end of the day, Prince Fielder is going to continue his magic carpet ride with his All-Star Game MVP and probably win this National League award as well because he's an RBI machine. And I think if Braun had not missed some games earlier this season, his numbers might be as good as Fielder's. But that's the way the ball and the injury bug bounces. Some more good. I don't know if you guys know the story about this gentleman who played at Boston College named Mark Herzlich. Mark Herzlich was on pace probably to be first round draft pick in the NFL. And if those of you who know the story, he was diagnosed with cancer and essentially missed a full year of football at Boston College and essentially went undrafted this past draft. Well, my football team, the New York Football Giants, selected him and a free agent after the drafting. I guess a bunch of guys can go try out for teams, and I guess the Giants picked him up. And last week against the Bears, ESPN kind of was following him around the field, and he got into the game, and he was a pretty darn good contributor. He had an amazing interception down by the goal line. He made a lot of good tackles when he was in the game. Plus, he made a couple key blocks on special teams. I'm rooting very, very, very heavily for him to succeed and for him to make this team because, we know life deals us things that we can't handle, but he's not making any excuses. He's out there playing his tail off, and we're very proud of him, and we're hopeful that he will continue to contribute and make the New York Giants a better team. Some more good. This weekend, there's going to be another mixed martial arts fight. Anderson Silva is probably